All right, I'm here with Caleb Feekin. He is a student assistant for the Nebraska baseball team, works a lot with the pitchers, used to be a player here for 4 years, left-handed pitcher, and then he decided to get started into coaching. So, Caleb, first question for you. Talk to us about your recruiting process in high school, kind of why you decided to come to Nebraska to play baseball and all the stuff that went about in your recruiting process.
Yep, so I'm born and raised in Nebraska, so I always wanted to be a Husker. And so growing up, like every year of high school, the Nebraska coaches came and watched me play, and I didn't actually get an offer from Nebraska until I actually got an offer from Minnesota. So I think that maybe that's why, but whatever. I always wanted to be a Husker, so when I did get offered, it was a pretty easy decision for me.
Sweet. Okay, so now you're a student assistant, you're a coach. Take us through kind of what you do each day with the pitchers.
With the pitchers, I'm more just like helping hand, kind of. I've been in their shoes and stuff, so I just help out where I can. As far as like stuff I do a lot of like scouting reports for any teams we play, or just bounce ideas off each other for what to do for practice, stuff like that. So that's what I do normally.
Gotcha. So when you decided to make that transition from player to coach, how was it? Was it kind of difficult? And then kind of guide me through that process of transitioning.
For me, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do right away. I was having a lot of elbow problems, so it was probably the right choice for me to be done playing, but I knew I still wanted to be around the game. I wanted to help others, help my former teammates or new guys coming in as well. So it was a pretty easy decision for me when the opportunity came to just help out wherever I could.
Gotcha. And so what's like the process of that? Do you, is it just simple as saying, hey coach, I'd like to be, help out with the team next year? What roles do you have? Kind of what's like the formal process to go about doing that?
Yeah, for me, it was kind of along those lines. Like I knew I didn't want to play anymore. Like it was just taking a toll on me physically and even more mentally. And I'd say I was always like a pretty good like teammate and stuff. And so then somehow it came up about me potentially being able to help. And I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of like something I would want to do. So then kind of just went from there. And then Coach Bold asked if I wanted to do it, and I said sure, yeah, let's do it.
Gotcha. So kind of along those lines, what are some tips you have to some people who are players currently who might want to get started into coaching in the future?
Yeah, I would say just building a good connection with everybody on the team, being a good teammate, doing everything that's asked of you, being very coachable, just being like a student of the game all the time, just always wanting what's best for the team, stuff like that, and just mostly just any information that's out there, like that's being told to the team, whatever, just like learning as much as you can and giving everything for the team, kind of, yeah.
Gotcha. So in terms of your own personal coaching career, where do you see yourself in the next 5, maybe 10 years? Do you see yourself maybe at another Division I university as maybe more of like a recruiting coordinator or director of operations? Kind of talk to me about where you see yourself in the future.
In the future, I feel like I could go into more like pitching, where I could go try to be a pitching coach somewhere. But I also feel like just my major was like finance and management, so I feel like I'd be really good at like a director of operations type of thing as well. So for me, it's just going to be figuring out what I want to do with that and where any opportunities might be, and branch out a little more, make more connections, and see where it goes from there.
Would you want to stay in Division I, or would you pursue maybe a JUCO pitching coach, or are you just kind of open to anything?
Yeah, I'm kind of open to anything. Like right now, I'm not really set on anything specifically I'd want to do. Obviously, I'd want to be like a Division I, whatever, somewhere, whether that's pitching coach, director of ops, something like that. But yeah, it's just have to work my way up somewhere, and yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Caleb, thank you so much for joining us today. You got some valuable insight into the transition from being a player to being a coach. And yeah, wish you the best of luck in your coaching career from this point onwards, man. Thank you, brother.